Hello and welcome to From the Roots Up, where we are building our homestead little by little from the roots up. I'm Christy, and today we're going to be talking about our first garden at our new house and what seeds we're going to be planting. I'm going to leave out our tomato varieties and pepper varieties and the various things we already have started. I'll link those videos down below if you're interested in what varieties of those plants we're growing. So let's get started. First of all, we've got our herbs and we are starting from scratch, so we don't have any herbs growing, any existing herbs, so we've got to pretty much plant everything. Usually in a garden, if you plant herbs, a lot of them will come back year after year and you won't have to reseed them. But like I said, we're starting our garden from scratch, which means we've got to plant everything. So we've got some fennel, some cilantro. I've got parsley, which is indispensable if you're a Cajun cook, thyme, oregano. We also have this holy Tulsi basil, which is delicious. Dill, so that we can make some pickles. We have another variety of parsley and chives. So that will be our herbs, and we are looking forward to that. One of my big garden goals this year is to keep up with our carrot consumption. Every time I grow carrots, I blanch them and I chop them and I get them ready to freeze and put away. And my little carrot monster, Michaela, comes by when they're drying on the counter and just eats them all. Which I'm so glad that she enjoys a healthy snack, and I love that she loves carrots. But I have got a ton of carrots because my goal is to make more carrots than she can eat so we can actually put some back. I've got some really neat varieties. We've got some Kyoto Red Carrots from Baker Creek. These are supposed to be a rich, sweet flavor. I have just the classic rainbow carrot mix because my daughter loves just rainbow carrots. It's exciting. You never know what color you're going to pull up. So we have those. We have Littlefinger carrots that are supposed to be tender. And I got a couple of carrots as a free seed varieties from Baker Creek that we're going to try. One is the Cosmic Purple, which are pretty cool. And the other is the Uzbek Golden Carrot. And these are supposed to be really crispy and sweet, so we will see. I also got these Oxheart carrots because we have some really clayish soil and we are going to try deep mulch, and so I have hope that some of our other carrots will grow, but if nothing else, I do believe an Oxheart carrot can push through the ground, and so we wanted a fail-safe that would grow no matter what. Also, the same with these little Paris market carrots. They're smaller than the Oxheart, but they're still round and they're supposed to be good for denser soils. Next, we have our corn, and I wanted one variety at least of popping corn, so I picked this miniature blue popcorn. It's not going to take up as much space as a whole big thing of popcorn, and it's a fun color, so the girls will enjoy that. I also have some of this baby corn that's going to be great in stir fries and things. And the one I'm most excited about is this Orchard Baby Sweet Corn that I got from Baker Creek. And this is supposed to be, it's like a little sweet corn, but it's just a lot smaller. And it's going to grow about 3 to 5 feet tall, and each one bears about 2 ears of corn. So I am really excited to try this variety because it's really hard to justify spending so much space to grow corn. But if we can have a compact variety that we can use in our garden, then that will be way worth it to have some delicious corn. Cucumbers. We love to make pickles, and we like just eating some plain cucumbers. So I have several varieties of cucumbers, some neat different ones that we can just eat, and some specifically for pickling. I have this muncher, which is kind of a classic. It's dual purpose. You can make slices or you can make pickles, either one with the muncher. This one is the one my oldest daughter, Taylor, is super excited about. It's called the dragon's egg cucumber. And she is way excited about this, and they look like dragon's eggs. So this will be the first time we've tried this one. We'll see how it goes. This one also is a new one to us. It's called the Richmond green apple. It's supposed to be sweet and small, like a lemon sized. So this will be another fun one. And of course we have our national pickling cucumber and our homemade pickles cucumber. Like I said, we enjoy pickling, so we wanted some varieties that are good for pickling. Not all varieties of cucumbers are great for pickling because some get too mushy once you pickle them. And these, I just had to. I am a sucker for cute fruit and veggies. So these little Mexican sour gherkins, they are tiny. They're not the most delicious thing, but they're novel and they're fun, and I'm just excited to grow them. I know that they're notoriously hard to germinate, so we will see. We had some growing as a volunteer at our old house around our air conditioner one time, but hopefully we can get these to grow up on a trellis. No Oklahoma garden would be complete without okra. We have our tried and true long pod okra. This one is from our garden center. And Clemson spineless. Those are probably two of the most common, but I also wanted to do something fun and got some Okinawa pink okra to try in our garden this year. Next we have our beans, and these are super fun. Always fun to grow beans in the heat of the summer. I've got some neat trellising beans. We have the Chinese python bean and the Chinese green noodle bean. Now these are both Chinese noodle beans, and the thing about Chinese noodle beans is you don't want to cook them how you would cook a regular green bean. They're great for stir fry, but their texture is a little bit different. So if you're used to and you're just wanting a good standard green bean, these are not for you. But they're gonna look beautiful on our arch trellises, and they are gonna be delicious in some stir fry with those baby corn. We also have a good dry bean, a rattlesnake snap bean. I don't do dry beans very often because it takes a lot of beans to get enough to feed your family. And there's a lot of shelling, and there's just a big process. But we're gonna try some this year. We're gonna go with rattlesnake snap bean and see how it goes. Some more beans that we'll have to shell. We have purple hull pink-eyed beans, and these are my favorite. My grandparents grew these in droves, and I have such fond memories of sitting in front of Wheel of Fortune and shelling and shelling and shelling and shelling, and then we got to eat them, and they were so delicious, and it was even more delicious because you had worked. So I have great memories around these, and I will grow them every chance I get. So these are another one that my grandparents grew, Ladyfinger Peas, and I'm especially growing these for my mom because these are her favorite. Then we have our tried and true green bean varieties. I've got some Blue Lake bush beans, I've got some Provider beans, and I've got some Contender beans. And if I run out of these, I have this giant bag that is just every green bean seed from the past like 7 years, all poured into one. It's just a mixed bag of whatever fun you get. So I also have those. If we run out or have extra space, I'll stick those in, because green beans are something that really you can never have enough of. We love to eat them fresh, and we put away tons of green beans. We eat green beans a lot, and usually we run out of green beans in the fall or the winter. My goal is to make it to where we have enough green beans to last us until the next growing season. That would be ideal. And our other beans, and I have not tried these, but I always oogle at them. They're runner beans, and see how beautiful they are? We have the black coat runner beans, and we have the sunset runner beans. These are beautiful when they bloom, and they're beautiful when you shell them, so I cannot wait to try these. And last but not least in our beans, we've got some Panther Edamame. We love to go down to the local Japanese restaurant and eat edamame. So I thought we'd give it a try this year and grow our own. So this will be fun. This is from Hudson Valley. Their packets are beautiful. These are the artist packets. We have a couple varieties of personal melons that we're gonna grow up on trellises. We have a Kajari melon, and we have the Rich Sweetness 321 melon. So I've not tried either of these, but I've heard great things about them. So we're gonna give these a try for our trellises this year. Again, no Oklahoma garden would be complete without its squash and zucchini. So I have several varieties of squash and zucchini. We've got dark star zucchini, which is going to be delicious. And these are fun. I couldn't resist these little 8-ball squash, which are little round zucchini guys. Then I have grenade squash for the yellow varieties, and just a tried and true crookneck, because really this is our favorite, the crookneck squash. I also have some winter squash. We have small wonder spaghetti squash. I love to eat spaghetti squash. Put sauce over it, you can serve it just like any other pasta, and it is delicious. And then these are the pumpkins. Now, this pumpkin is called the State Fair Winter Pumpkin, and you can see on the package how big this guy gets. I don't know if it'll actually get that big, but it says State Fair Winter is a variety known to grow past 300 pounds with minimal effort, known to reach a maximum of 1,200 pounds on a regular basis with proper care. This came with 3 seeds. And we have this amazing county fair. And so my daughters and I are competing to see who can grow the biggest pumpkin, because there's a special award at the county fair for the biggest pumpkin. And I think this one will be hard to beat. So we will see who the best pumpkin grower is out of the 3 of us. You can root for me, that's okay. Let us know who you hope to win in the comments, me or Taylor or Michaela. All right. Now, no garden would be complete without flowers. First of all, because they're beautiful, and as you can tell, I love to have a beautiful garden. Second of all, hey, cut flowers straight from your garden to your table. What could be better? But third, and the most important reason probably, is pollinators love flowers. They attract pollinators from miles and miles away, and it helps set up the ecosystem of your garden. The more beneficial insects you can attract to your garden, the better. You want a thriving ecosystem so that all of your plants thrive like they should. So let's walk through some of the beautiful varieties I have. I love zinnias. Not only are they super easy to grow, you can't hardly kill them, they reseed themselves, but again, like with the peas, I have this special memory of my grandma would always plant zinnias in her garden. And I remember going out there with her as a little girl, and we would always clip the zinnias and bring them into the table, and she had this beautiful white vase, and we'd put them in, and it was so exciting. So I will always have a garden filled with zinnias. I've got several varieties. I've got Benary Giant Coral, I've got Dwarf Zinnia Mix, I have the Floret Benary Giant Bright Pink. Oh, that one's for my little girl that loves pink. I have a cactus mix. This one was one of my free seed varieties, and I was really excited. A bright yellow canary zinnia, and then just the Cupid mix of zinnias, which is gonna be fantastic. I've got a couple of bachelor buttons, which also were flowers my grandmother grew and I love. Again, super easy, you can't kill them, and they reseed all the time. I couldn't resist the flamingo pink celosia. When we're making bouquets, I think it's gonna be a beautiful filler, and I just wanna walk next to it in the garden. It's so pretty. Feverfew, this one is a medicinal plant, so it's got a double benefit there, and it is lovely too. Borage, I've got some beautiful borage, and above all else, it's great for bees. The flower is edible. I don't particularly like it. It's kind of fuzzy, but some people do, and it's lovely. But this one really is going in because the bees just can't get enough borage. Shasta daisies. I love a good daisy. It just is so pretty and sweet. marigolds. This Starfire mix of marigolds from Floret was just beautiful. Marigolds are great for deterring pests. They hate them. And you know, sometimes you get tired of just the classic French marigold. So I wanted something a little different, and I found it in Floret's Starfire mix. So I can't wait for this one to grow. Cosmos, these are gonna be lovely as well. These are also from Floret. I have a couple of varieties of aster that are going to be beautiful. And another great medicinal plant. This one can also be a tea, Echinacea, and sometimes Echinacea comes in one color, but I love this is multicolored and it's beautiful, and I cannot wait to have our first cup of Echinacea tea from our garden. This is another one that I just could not live without. This double champagne hollyhock was lovely, and it just caught my attention from the first time I saw it in the seed catalog. So we're gonna try our hands at this one. Also, we've got sweet peas from Floret, flowering carrots, straw flowers, and some more straw flowers from Floret. This one is a midnight garden mix, and I was really intrigued by this. It's flowers that bloom in the evening and overnight so that they attract those nighttime pollinators, moths and bats and things that help the ecosystem of your garden even more. And I am all for a flourishing garden. Then last but certainly not least are our sunflowers. My daughter Michaela wanted a variety that she could bake sunflower seeds from, so we got this mammoth gray striped sunflower that is gonna make ginormous heads and make delicious seeds. Then the rest of the sunflowers we really wanted to be cut flowers. So we got a variety from Haas Seeds that are called Pro Cut. And we have the Pro Cut Red, we have Pro Cut Lemon, Pro Cut Plum, and Pro Cut White Night. And the difference in these and regular sunflowers is that they are a hybrid, so you're not going to breed them true. If you save seeds from one of these, it's not going to come out looking like this. But where they shine is the lack of pollen. They're meant to come inside and be a clean flower to have on your table as a cut flower bouquet. So that's why we have these. Well, I think that's about it. We have so many exciting garden plans coming your way, and I cannot wait for you to join us on our journey as we build our first garden at our homestead. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can follow along with our garden progress and join us as we build our homestead from the roots up.